we'll see Sam Darnold and the New York Jets taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The USC product, Sam Darnold, the number 3 overall pick in 2018, ready to go. Here's the Jets take over on offense.
I remember talking with a scout about him, and he said, you know, I love the fact that he was a high school basketball player. He does so many things with his legs to keep plays alive. He did the same thing as a basketball player, kind of a point guard, knows where the ball's supposed to go, and knows how to deliver it to the open man.
Now we have Kelsey, slow to get back to his feet. Appears to be shaken up. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 2nd down now, it's Mack. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
They're on the 24-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Airing one out for Boyd. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line.
Complete to Tyler Boyd. 1st and goal at the 5.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one 62 yards in the air. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
By Joey Bosa. A 7-yard loss.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
It's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Burrow. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Burrow looking to pass. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. While the trainers take a look, they'll step aside. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there? Because I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's the option. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here's Braden Mann now as he's on to punt for New York. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out now, here come the Bengals. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Mack. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Darnold from the gun. Pass incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Mack on the draw play. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Darnold. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Good contain. No gain on the screen. They'll bring up 4th down. So they're able to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
A 35-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Andrews. Escapes the defender. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down.
Many more to come, baby.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Curtis Samuel there to make the grab. And the Bengals add on to their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And New York set to take the field. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold, he's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Darnold on 3rd down. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense, and he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, again to Mixon. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York ready to go again offensively. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And a look now at Nelson, who remains down. He appears to be shaken up a bit. We'll check on his status when we get back. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Townsend. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. But now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Again, Darnold. He dumps this off to Mack. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick, please? Thank you. All right, let's go. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Second and 10 now, Burrow. And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And his crew will take over at
at their own 45-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On 1st down, Mack. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3, Darnold.
CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And according to our friends with Next Gen Stats, that sack occurred in a mere 2.1 seconds. Good luck trying to avoid that.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Forced out to his left. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, it's Burrow, eluding the pressure right. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Darnold down to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
Just shy of midfield at the 49.
He'll set up to throw.
Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
Now Burrow on 1st down, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Burrow.
His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. And it's 21-3. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jets ready to get going again here on offense.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
On 2nd down, here's a run with that. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back now here on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. DeForest Buckner able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And that is incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Mixon with a first down carry. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First down, Bengals.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.